Hello and welcome to episode 3 of ghostgalknitspodcas. I'm Ghost, also known as Sarah. So today we're just gonna hop right into it. I don't have a whole lot. I got, as always, a bunch of works in progress, not a lot of things done. Yeah, so let's get going. So, first things we're gonna start off with is dish talk. So, I've got my pile of dishcloths that need ends woven, and I really need to teach my mom how to do this. If not, I might be calling on family members. Just a fair warning. And I actually found this basket in my room. I was like, oh, this is perfect for the dishcloth mayhem that I'm always doing. So I found this. I had forgotten I had it, but it's perfect for my dishcloths. Because I can just sit it down somewheres and just load them in. Next on the lovely list is I finally got the pom-pom on this. I still need to do end weaving. But this is not too bad to do ends on my knit hats because since they're loom knit. All I have to do is take a crochet hook on the back side here and just thread it through and pull the extra yarn through until I think that's good enough. It won't come out, hopefully, which I really prefer over trying to get over trying to get both in this little needle, which I absolutely love, but these are not fun, as I found when you're trying to bring stuff through. I'd rather just take the 4.5 millimeter hook I absolutely hate. I love it for pulling yarn through stuff, but I really don't like it for crocheting. So I did repurpose it. It does not go to waste. Okay, next on the list is... And as always, I do have some music going. If you happen to hear it, that's why. So this is getting longer. So I put a few rows on this last night. This is my kind of work when I don't want to work on anything else, according to my schedule. But it's getting rows. It's definitely getting rows. So this I'm hoping will be done. Hopefully I keep at it and work on it at night because I can just plop this on the bed next to me and pull as I need, rather than have to worry about if I have a cake I'm working out of. After a certain point, you have to worry because it'll start collapsing in on itself. I've had it happen. It is not fun. And then it kind of is accordions. Well, this also accordions, but not as bad. As you can tell, I kind of pulled some yarn, then kind of stopped working on it. Next on the... Oh. And I have started the scrap blanket. Finally, I started my scrap blanket. And the best part is, this particular blanket, I'm going to be learning the granny stripes on, because the site I use for all my chain numbers for how many chains I need said for a twin bed with a drape, it was 242 chains. So with the granny stripe, you want to use a chain number that's divisible by 3, and 240 is divisible by 3, 80, and then you have to add on an extra 2 chains. I'm like, perfect. I can learn. I'm like, perfect. I can learn the granny stripe because I actually drew up a plan. Minecraft Blueprints and Skins. I gotta rename that. Oh, would you look at that? one of my skins I've done. One of the skins I don't think I've actually made this one in the editor I used to use, but I did draw it out. Turned out pretty good. This for what that was for. Okay, so I basically did a rough sketch here. I haven't done any color or anything. It's just I kind of drew out that I was gonna do solid, variegated, solid, solid, so I had to go in and actually physically draw this out with colored pencils or whatever I find and see how it will turn out, per se, for how I want to do this. Because I'm doing 3 colors, so I'm going to do repeats. Oh, Peanut Gallery's kind of hanging out, wondering what's going on. She's a little mad. My dad kind of locked her in the laundry room this morning, so she's a smidge mad. I actually gotta text him that here eventually or tell him at supper. So she's a little mad about that, and she's also a little mad because sounds like there's a lot of noise outside right now. So unfortunately, she has a tendency to get mad. Anyways, back to this. So this is what I'm gonna be learning the granny stripe on. In this bag is the rest of my remnants. So I had the rest of my remnants here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 other balls. This will be, so for this particular, for this remnants blanket, I'm planning, it's definitely going to take a while, just because of the fact that I generally only have a little bit of remnants left after projects, depending on what it is. If it's like hats for the shop, I know I'll have very little remnants because I generally use most all the yarn. And if I run out of a color, I go up and buy it and rebuy it. So that's one way I end up with remnants. But most of the time, I use up everything. Or if I do end up, it's only maybe, I want to say 5, maybe between 3 and 5 yards left, which isn't a whole lot, believe. Now, if I ended up, 3 to 5 yards, between that, if you're sewing, oh, you can make something nice. But, okay, next up. Okay, we're getting a little bit into Christmas gifts right now. Which reminds me, family, not a word of these to my mother, please. Because I know some of you are watching. No spoilage for Mom. So, this is, as you can tell, this is the same pattern as my purple scarf, because I kind of just adopted it to this Karen cake. So, okay, now on to explaining why. So, originally with these, I had 2 of these. I got on clearance. So, originally I was going to be doing this pattern right here. I started on it. Oh, I just lost something. I started on it, and I was into the 4th row of the pattern. So the 4th row of this pattern says chain 3, 1 double crochet in each next 2 double crochet, 2 double crochet and last double crochet, churn, 5 double crochet altogether. My brain did not even want to try and work that out into something I would understand, and even to this day, I cannot figure out how the heck my that is gibberish to me. The rest of the shawl, I mean, the first 3 rows are very nicely done. I understood them perfectly. So I just adopted this red heart pattern for the scarf. This way. This little pattern here. Because it's a very simple scarf pattern. So I just adopted that. I mean, yes, I do wish to make this at some point in time. But unless I can find a new pattern for the same thing where it's a lot easier to read from rows 4 on. If I can find something easier to read, if I can find it where they have modified row 4 to be a little easier to read and understand, that would be amazing. Because I do have trouble reading patterns from time to time. In that one, it's just like, I tried to do that row, I think, 3 times in the morning when I'm bright, I'm awake, I'm good to go. Good morning. Okay. When I'm bright, awake, ready to go, my mind fresh, focused, and that it just was nope. And plus, as I was doing it, the corners were not looking like they should. They were not looking like they started out tapered and then kind of expanding out. It was looking more just like one row and then a bunch of little like scallops. So for me, I don't think that pattern was worth it. But if you have no trouble with it, if you understand it, go for it. So next on the list is the bag I have not been telling you guys about because of the fact that I didn't know if Mom was going to find this. Thankfully, she has not, because she will find out about, well, she's popped in on me one too many times when I have been making Christmas gift, or like just last March, I was making her birthday present. She came in my room while I was making it. It's like, come on. I was like, Mom, out, please. So that's why that's why this doesn't get a whole, this got, I think, 3 rows put on it yesterday. As you can tell, the ends are standing, whoops, here we go. The ends are standing up, but my sides are, they need to, I mean, you can tell. If you look at it from the inside, it's like, oh. But if you look out from the outside, it's starting to look like a bag. I have to go 30. So I'm at row number, I don't know. I have a row counter to keep track of that stuff. So I think I'm on row number 11 or 12 now. I think I'm on row number 12 and I have to go to 38 rows. So it's 38 rows of straight double crochet, single crochet, sorry. So in the last pattern of single crochet and moving my stitch marker, moving my end marker up. So that's just going up, up, up. So once I get to 38 rows, I have in my on my notes in my counter to read pattern, because once I get there, I have to see what the pattern says. So that's coming along. Let's see. So I'm still working on this placemat. One of the reasons this takes me so long is because these cotton cakes, I love it. I love how big they are. What I don't love is they twist around themselves so fast. It's not even funny, to where the point of I've been working on it. As you can tell, I've definitely added a bit where I've been working on this, and I've had to stop because something like this has happened. And it makes me just not want to work on this very, very long. Not to mention, it catches any hair that ends up on my floor. Or cat fur. Because when you have a cat who is being very antisocial. So I still have 2 more of these. I have a Cozy Cotton from Lion Brand, and then I have cotton cakes from Hobby Lobby. I still have to start work. I still have to chain those and get those going. But not till I can at least finish this. It's either once I get the everything I need out of here, great. What else? And most of the other stuff hasn't had a whole lot of progress on it since the last time we saw it. Hopefully by next week. I know I say this every single week. Hopefully by next week we're going to get stuff done. But it's just a matter of I am busy. This is my list for today. Monday the 8th. That's my list of stuff to do. I'm almost done with the prep for paint. Because we're painting a wall in our living room that my grandmother years ago put burlap on. Yes, back when burlap was a thing. Burlap wallpaper. If you have it, do not paint over it, because that will suck up paint so quickly. So I still, full close, I don't think that's happening today because of Peanut Gallery over there. Yes, you, Cora. So I don't think that will be happening until after supper tonight, which will be fine because I'll just launch my Motor Trend app and watch some Roadkill Garage. So that'll happen. Food shopping, that's going to be happening after this. But for the rest of the week, I'm pretty well on the... just pretty well getting things done. I've got a... I know next week I'll definitely have hats for my finished objects. Again, because when I get going on hats, they just roll off the loom pretty quickly. I still have to finish the hat I have on, do Mom's, do my brother's, and I still need to ask him, because what his favorite colors hat is. So we still got things going. Another whip in progress, I always have in our dishcloths. I always have a couple of these on the go, which is, I have one back there that still has yet to get done. I gotta bring the bowl over, and I think I left the crochet hook I need over there as well from working on the scarf last night. So I think that happened. Oh yeah, you guys haven't seen. So as you can tell, I'm getting lower on cotton yarn again, so I will be going cotton shopping soon. Actually, I was over at one of my local Walmarts. They didn't have any cotton yarn. None. They only had acrylic and some woolies. It's like, what the? Where they had the acrylic yarn, they had, I think they had the Red Heart with Love now. It's like they don't have any, it's like they don't, they don't have any cotton? Really? So now if I want, I'll have, and I think Hanover Walmart is supposed to be closing or closed. So I'm left going to Michael's and Joann's. I don't buy my cotton yarns at Joann's just because they only have the jumbo one. They only have the bigger ones, and those cost a little more money and don't have all the colors I want. So I usually end up at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, because I love this cotton is wonderful for washcloths, which is what's in the other bowl, which I really need to get done. So that's gonna happen. What else? What else? What else? Here we have in. Let's see. So, storage and work in progress bin for knit. So, I found my missing cotton. I have to get this ball wound. I actually have a few things that need to get ball wound, but that's one of them. This is still going. I'm trying to get that done. Chorus blanket's still going. This bag, I swear, I am never gonna get this thing done. I've been saying it for 3 weeks. I'm gonna get this done every week. So I might just hopefully try and get this done today, maybe. I pray, I hope. But I still have stuff to do. I gotta make a pasta salad. But I'm missing a couple ingredients for that. Oh, don't ask about her. I don't know what she's doing. She's just having fun wagging her tail. Oops. Those don't belong in there. My turtle beaches for my Xbox that I barely use anymore. Because I noticed one of the last times I was using them, for some reason I would have to repeat myself because they would either cut out or I feel like they just weren't picking up my voice, which is a problem. So now I just strictly use my razors and my Xbox app on my computer. Bag, spare project bag. Another reason why I want to get that bag done is so I have another one of them I have to make for a Christmas gift. Yeah. Also with this Karen cake, I think I'm just gonna knit it. I'll probably get that casted on. I think with this one, I'm just gonna knit it up because this is what's yours. So this is Blueberry Parfait, which I think is really cute. So I think I'm just gonna knit this rather than crochet it. I will keep crocheting this cake because I'm already almost onto the next stripe color. So it would make no sense for me to pull out and recrochet it and not crochet and start knitting it. So I'll keep that one going. But I'm probably gonna cast this on because I only have, but I might want to get this one finished first. So actually we're gonna take this out. 5 points. So before I can, not again. Every time when I store this thing, this happens. Okay, so I think I'll try and get this done first. Sorry for the walking. So don't mind her, she just walks around, whatever. And if you happen to hear her, and I hear birds. So you might hear her talking or scaring a bird. Pay no mind to it, she's just having fun. So I think I'm gonna try and get this done because this has been on This has been on the loom now since winter. It's time to get it done. Usually when I do it on, this is my medium loom. So usually when I do something on there, it only takes about a week. If I go straight out on it and really not work anything out, it's usually about a week. This is also a good before bed project. So I'm gonna put, I was gonna work the bag, but I think I'll work this. This I'm almost done with. I'm on the bag I'm almost done with. I'm on the last color. So, this I'm hoping to get done for Christmas. Again, I will have, I have that planned for Thursday. That's the only project I'm going to work. The problem is, since it's on my extra large loom, my extra large one, which is literally my longest, it takes me forever. And then this is a hat that needs to get done, that needs to get made and done. I think I'm gonna, because that yarn called for a 6.5 millimeter. I think I'm gonna do it on a 6, because I'm also doing a black hat for my dad for work. So if I like the one size down, because I think I tried doing it on a 5.5. I think I tried doing it on my 5.5 millimeter. It just didn't work too well because I had trouble trying to actually, because the pattern I'm using, it calls for only, it's basically like a rib. So it's kind of like another hat I'm working, but it's more in the lines of a rib pattern. The rib pattern, you have to get it to way it should be, you're doing I was finding that on the 5.5, I was either on the 5 mil or 5.5. I think I was on the 5.5, and I was just having trouble getting it because of how thick it is. I was just having trouble. So when I do Dad's, his calls for 8 mil. Don't mind the pencil grip. I found, oh yeah, why there's a pencil grip on here, like there is everything else. So I put the pencil grip on here because I found when I was working with this hook, because this is how I hold my hooks, like kind of like a knife. I was finding that my pinky wasn't happy, so I just kind of stuck the pencil grip on there just for a little more comfort and a little less annoying rubbing on the joint, because for some reason it likes to rub. So that's how that one went. So I need a pencil because I don't know where my good pencil is right now. So I always have a backup of 2. So back to the hats. So for Dad's hat, I'm just gonna size down one crochet size to a 6.5 from the 8, and for mine, I'll just size down to a 6. That will be more than sufficient, because it will give me hopefully a tight enough fabric to where we won't be feeling wind blowing through. Yeah. So when I do my loom hats, those are good for non-windy days, unless it's a 2 strands held together. If it's a 2 strands held together, so let's say, well, since I have those 2, so let's take the 2 acrylics back there. They're from which I did my placemats, which I was supposed to bring back down. Oh well. Next week I'll hopefully. So It turns out I actually did not need the extra ball of antiqued white, but I did need the extra ball of Old Glory for the placemats. So if you're only doing 4 placemats and you're not planning to do edging, you only need 1 ball of 7 of the 7-ounce acrylic 4-weight of whatever brand your choice. But if you plan on doing like a variegated, you're going to need 2 balls. Because the variegated are only 5-ounce. So, back to train of thought, which is lost. Oh, actually, so I have another project here, right here in this loom. This is, for the shop. This is going to be in the shop update. I'm just gotta dig it out and work on it. But my goal right now is to get Christmas gifts done and off. But right now my goal is to get Christmas gifts done so I don't have to worry. Ugh, why do I always end up with itchy nose whenever I podcast? I'll blame Cora. So that's my plan. That's my goal, is to get all my Christmas gifts done for the end of the month. I know, I'm pushing it. I am pushing it. I'm not going to lie. I'm pushing it. But I need to get those done. Because once my seasonal job starts up, I will still have all day, but I won't because I will be too tired. Things will just be a little hectic. Let's just put it that way. It'll be a tad bit hectic, but I want to get all the heavier projects done. The ones that I can't just mindless go. My knit projects I can mindlessly work on. Hey, there we go. This is one of my very mindless. My knit stuff is very mindless. It's just simple, go around and around and around, then up, then bottom loop up and over. That's all it takes. This is very mindless. All I have to make sure is that the only thing I have to worry about is loops jumping off. I've had that happen. It is not fun. So it's very mindless. I can work on it, which I'm probably going to work on here soon because I can. I actually have one more loom, which is a little mini loom I had bought to learn on, that is upstairs with my mom. Because I figured, because she's always so interested in what I'm doing and what I'm making, I figure I'd have her learn how to do that. Yeah. She did it for a couple of nights. Although I do admit she was making mistakes. I wasn't going to try and have her fix them. I showed her. Somehow she was managing to double wrap like this on all the corners. And I just told her, you go around till you reach till you reach your end peg, which is right across the street from your start peg, and you just go around. So it's on a small scarf of I think it's Red Heart's Woodsy. Yeah, it's Red Heart's Woodsy. We had 2 balls of that because before my mother's mom passed away, oh God, that was 10 plus, about 10 years ago. I have no idea what she's doing, but she sees something, so sorry I had time for any cat butt. So, before she passed away, she was hospitalized for quite some time, and my mom was gonna make her a poncho, but that never happened, so we actually repurposed the fleece about a few years ago, because one year me and Mom just didn't have time to do Christmas shopping. So, again, I don't know what she's doing. So, we didn't have time to do Christmas shopping. So, for my dad and brother, we made them quilts. So, we made them some quilts, which worked out perfectly. Cora, what are you doing? Again, don't know what she's doing. Which worked out. The only fabric we had to buy was all we had to buy for them was some batten for my. I'll let you figure out who caused that low noise. In fair warning, she has ears and a tail and has been walking around the bedroom. So, always something with her. So back to story time. So the only things we had to buy was some backing fabric for my dad's quilt, some batten, and some embroidery floss. That was it. That's all we had to buy for them. Everything else came out of stash. Came out of our fabric stash. That, mind you, goes back to the late 80s, early 90s. When my mom was working at a fabric store. That is when my mom can't work at fabric stores or retail stores. She worked one summer at Talbot's Outlet. We are still finding to this day Talbot's bags. We go through bins and I find Talbot's bags with stuff in it. It's like, really, Mom? So that's how that's going. So I actually had to go digging. So I got home from work one morning and I just started tearing apart the bins in the other room, finding the two balls of yarn. I also found the pattern as well, which is nice because we have a pattern. It's never been used. We didn't get a chance to make the poncho, so we just kind of repurposed everything. So what's next on the blankets? So I have my one of my heavy blankets that's supposed to be in storage. It's not, just because it takes me a minute to work on it. My shawl's still in progress. I'm probably gonna put that away until fall time when I have more time to work on it. I have more yarn for another shawl that my mom that I'm gonna make for my mom, but that's not happening until I complete my shawl, which I have so many other things that I want to get done ahead of my shawl that it's fine if it goes into storage for a little bit. So I gotta go through my basket yet again. I have my dad's blanket, which is on size 3 yarn on a 6.5mm hook. That one, it that one is just long because my dad wanted a longer blanket, and that's gonna end up being, I think, about 7 feet long. So my dad going this way, he wanted it long enough to where it drapes over him in the chair nicely, and going this way, he wants, I think, 7 feet. I have 2 big balls of yarn that I got out of a Millens bag, which Millens bags, they are a surprise, but they're a good way to, if you plan on doing, like, let's say a big project, but you'll get a surprise, but you never know what it's going to be. Like, for that, I got Burnett Baby yarn. It was Burnett Baby yarn. Took me a while to find it. I knew it was a size 3 because it definitely did not look like a size 4. So it took me a while, but I found it, and I know I can, and it's a readily available yarn. The color is in every store, so is in both Michael's and Joann's. So if I need more, I know I can get it. It's not one of those, okay, where the heck can I find this yarns? Because I think I have a couple of those yarns lurking around. Like, I was poking through the other room, and I found crochet thread. It's like, oh, good to know I have crochet thread. I doubt I'll use it, but I have it. So that's just how some things go. So I'm just checking on her because what she dropped was my pom-pom makers. So, and they don't, yeah, they did not land in my laundry basket. Yes, Cora, you dropped something, but I'll find them. So I'm gonna end it here. Okay, so I will hopefully remember to put all the links down below, which I had forgotten again, which I actually forgot to do last week. So hopefully I'll remember. If not, just send me a message saying, "Hey, you forgot links. Can you put all the links we need? Thanks." So I will hopefully see you guys next week. And till then, happy crocheting, happy knitting.